AI for all. Actually, AI is for everyone. AI is for farmers, AI is for carpenters, AI is for students. That doesn't matter in the age of AI. So that is the basic idea here in this presentation. And so one important thing here is agility. That's what everyone is talking about. The meaning of agility is that you should be able to move quickly, make adaptation quickly. That is the most important thing. And so adapting fast and acting quickly and think clearly. So the meaning of think clearly is if we are talking about AI. So there is no doubt everyone has to use AI. If you use AI, I do not use AI. You'll always be ahead of me. And if I have to compete in the world, I must use AI, no choice. So also important thing is right now there are about 25,000 companies developing different type of AI. You might have just heard of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is one of the 25,000 different types of AI that are being developed or already developed, and many of them are not coming because okay, just to give you some number. This year, like 2025, estimated investment in AI infrastructure by only US company is $300 billion. And if you go to 2028, after 3 years, worldwide, only in data center, AI data center. So all the data that we create in AI, when you ask something to AI, ChatGPT, any type of AI, that data needs to be processed in data center. So how much they will be investing in data center in 2028? $3 trillion. 3 trillion. If you do not know trillion, how much is that? Is a big number. Okay, that is bigger than 1,000, bigger than million, bigger than billion. This is a big number. That's how much they are investing in. So AI is really important thing. And so my point, the last point is there are 25,000 different types of AI that companies are developing, and some of them may not even develop. So entrepreneurial thing is start something. Some of them might succeed, some of them might fail, but they are trying. Maybe out of those 25,000, maybe 25,000, 24,000 will fail. Failing is good actually. If you fail, where I live in the US, if you fail, you can tell everyone, I tried, I failed. Everyone basically, talks good thing about you because you tried, you failed. And we have a little bit different culture in Asia. If you fail, and basically they consider it is a disgrace, not only to you but even your family. And I read in India actually, if you are a guy in India, and basically the marriage thing is really complicated, and actually no one gives their daughter to a guy who tried and failed. No one likes failed person. But if you look at all these companies like Google, Microsoft, Cisco, actually they tried maybe 20 businesses, 19 of them failed. They only know which succeeded. And so basically 25,000 things. And so my point, I'm taking a lot of time for the last point, maybe 25,000 different types of AI. You have to understand which AI is best for whatever you are doing. Maybe finance, different type of AI, marketing, different type of AI, maybe just to do your homework assignment. If a lot of professors are giving you assignment, who does assignment? Like no one actually does assignment. We just pretend that we do assignment. We use ChatGPT. We use all types of AI to do assignment. No use. Basically, if AI can do something for 10 seconds and it takes 10 days for you, why not use AI? So, but you have to understand what AI can do, what AI cannot do, what are the limitations, and AI is not perfect, but you have to understand that. And so clearly, thinking clearly, AI is good for you. Like how many of your tasks can be performed by AI, which you have to do it yourself, and what are the limitations of AI? AI doesn't know. AI doesn't understand word actually. AI does not understand this word remote control. AI really has no idea what you are talking about. And AI just does this remote control, and AI divides that into maybe 20 tokens and put in 175 billion dimension space and processes thing, and AI has really no idea. Don't blame AI, ChatGPT, if you cannot do your math, because it is not designed to do math. And so basically people find one thing, or AI did not do that, and so basically they say that AI is bad. No, that's not true. There are 25,000 types of AI. They do good thing, and the only thing is that they are not perfect. You have to figure out. So basically the last point is think clearly to make sound decisions and rapid changes going on. And actually ChatGPT was different 3 years ago. It is completely different now, changing very rapidly. No one knows like what type of AI will come in a month, because $3 trillion they are investing, and many of them, and we did not know about ChatGPT because they were developing since 2015, 7-8 years. No one had any clue what they were doing. Suddenly in 2022 November, ChatGPT came. So things are like that. Okay, so rapidly changing world, you have to understand the things, and that's what I'm saying here in this slide. Going to the now. So what I'm saying, skill, capital, seniority, that doesn't matter. And I'm working for 25 years. You just started your work, and actually you can do better job than me. Because if you use AI properly, that's what they have found. They've done a lot of research, and what they have found is AI always benefits those people who are new to their job compared to those who have been working for a long time. Seniority doesn't really matter. And actually, many students like you, they don't even go through this traditional thing. Okay, you have to join the company and get promotion and all that thing. They don't do that anymore these days, and so they don't like that actually. And they just start their work, and they just do different type of job than they were doing in the past. And so that is one thing, and completely changing the seniority thing. It doesn't really matter. And another thing that maybe I'll be talking later is basically they have been talking about mentoring for a long time. Mentoring means the old thing that people think is that mentoring means you are young people and there are old people in company, and the assumption these days all over the world is that old people know more than young people. That is not true. That is not true anymore. Actually, old people know some of the things better, and young people know some of the things better. Apparently, what is happening in the world is actually young people know more about AI than old people. And so what is happening is old people will tell you things in the company, how the company works, and the old way of thinking. You tell them about AI. So how to use AI? Okay, I'm telling you the real thing, reverse mentoring thing, So reverse mentoring means, so basically learning with young people. And it is uncomfortable for many people. They don't like to learn with young people, but that is the reality. They have to do that. So seniority doesn't matter, and capital doesn't matter. If you have $1 billion, but you are not using that properly, you are not using AI. So that doesn't really matter. And also seniority doesn't matter. And that's what I was talking in here. And influence across nations, companies, careers, and everything does matter. So when you talk about career, long ago, AI was being used only if you are talking in a company, maybe the research and development department and the technology IT department. Not anymore. AI is used by marketing. AI is more used actually by the human resources department. And actually, it is very likely these days that you are applying for a job at a company and someone is interviewing you, and then they are onboarding you, and you finally go to the company and I was talking for a long time, for 2 months, with a person in this company whose name is, let's say, Gita, and I want to really talk with Gita, very nice person, and they'll tell you there is no Gita here. The Gita thing was actually the AI Gita. And so basically that's what is happening. Human resources management is one of the big things. And another thing is that long ago, in human resources management, only the companies have a lot of resources, they were the only one using AI. That is not true anymore. These days, candidates use AI, job candidates, just to write your cover letter. If you are writing cover letter yourself, maybe you may not be doing a good job. You should take advantage of AI to write cover letter. You should take advantage of AI to write your CV, make your CV. You should take advantage of AI. Actually, Google has something called warm up. You should do interview, and you should practice with the Google tool for interview. So what questions they are asking, that already knows if you are applying for a human resources position in Nepal. So what are the potential questions they are asking you? So you practice that before going to that. So actually, the gap, only companies using, the candidates not using those. And also maybe there are a lot of and they also complain about there is the gender bias in the company. That is all over the world. Gender bias, actually, if there is problem in Nepal, that is not unique problem. Everywhere in the world. Maybe there might be some type of thing, maternity leave, that exists legally, they are supposed to give, but no, they don't want to tell you that, and just talk with AI. And AI knows exactly what are the benefits and how maybe they may not be paying you as much money as you deserve, and just talk with AI how much they should pay me. And so that is negotiation tool actually. So these are my capabilities and you should pay me this much. And so basically AI is helping everyone. So basically this is the idea in this one. Nations, companies, careers, it doesn't matter. And just to give you example of nations, if you go to the AI thing, and many people think AI is for all these Western countries like the US or maybe the UK or France, but that is not true. Actually, there is a country in the Middle East known as United Arab Emirates, UAE, and no one in the world actually think that UAE is a good place for AI, but actually they are really doing a great job about AI. They developed a very influential model known as like Falcon model, Jais model, and some of them are for Arabic. And actually, don't expect that the US people will develop things for Nepali. And you might be thinking ChatGPT works in Nepali. That is not true. ChatGPT works in Nepali, but it is really complicated. You ask in Nepali, and they have to basically translate that to English, convert that to token, and give answer in English, and maybe again translate that back to Nepali. A lot of things are lost. Actually, if you think that it works good in Nepali is not even one of the languages officially supported by OpenAI ChatGPT. And if you think that ChatGPT is really good in Nepali, you should state minister for AI. So the state minister we have here, a lot of things, ministers, I really have no idea what they do in Nepal, but they definitely do not have in AI, but they have in 2017, since 2017, and the US actually doesn't have anything. And actually, last year they had 22 different government agencies had those in charge of AI, handling that AI in charge. But there is not even one person in the US handling that. And so basically they are really moving quickly, and nations really matters. They are really doing great job in this one. So this is the second thing. That's what I was telling here. Fast moving means you really have to move fast. The example of the United Arab Emirates is good. Many small companies, and moving fast is important. And so another thing these days is digital fluency. They even came up with the term AI fluency. AI fluency means not actually AI fluency doesn't mean, okay, you ask ChatGPT, it is giving you answer. Not that actually. How to write prompt in the best possible way, how to ask ChatGPT 20 different times to get the correct answer, and maybe there might be another AI better than ChatGPT to do a specific task. Knowing all those things is AI fluency. AI fluency is not asking ChatGPT and getting answer. So that thing is really more important than other things here. That's what I'm saying here. And so this is really examples, and I'm just giving you real world examples. There are teens, small firms, early career workers, and they are leapfrogging this senior people. Teens, like actually in the US, there is a lot of gap between their different income group. Some people are rich, some people are poor, and there is racial disparity also. Maybe white and the Hispanic and the Asian and African American, they are different. But actually, AI, when it comes to using AI, black students, teenagers, and those Hispanic teenagers, they are using more than whites, and they are getting ahead. So basically, that is the idea in teens and small firms. If you have small companies, and training is a lot of money, training those 10 salespeople, and big companies have billions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of people, and they can easily spend money to train those people. Small companies do not have. And what many small companies are doing, I have given example in my book. Okay, you don't have money to afford to send your salespeople to get training in India and other parts of the world, but you don't have to do that. You do training with AI. And AI is better than actually people in many cases actually. So that's not what I'm saying, and that is actually a real thing. In many cases, AI does better job than human being in many cases. So that is the thing here. And access and productivity, it is very important. And so when you say productivity, again, just going back to the title of my book, and it is AI for all. Okay, let's say AI for all, AI for farmers. There are many tools developed only for farmer. When we say AI, don't get confused with ChatGPT. ChatGPT second generation AI, but there is first generation AI actually, even before that. They call predictive AI, narrow AI, developed for specific application like agriculture. Those types of AI, there are many all over the world. And if you go to the country of Kenya in Africa, which is a really impressive country, and actually, if you look at how these farmers especially can take advantage of technology, best developing countries always Africa, Kenya, Nigeria. India is nothing. There is nothing in India actually, especially in the field of agriculture. India doesn't do it. Actually, someone told me, a big scientist in India told one time that India, the number zero was invented in India, And after inventing zero, how many innovations came from India? That is also zero. That's what Indian scientists. That is not my viewpoint. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, that is Indian big scientist. I forgot his name, and that's right. So what I can tell you is, India is really good in technology. But what they do is, the US companies ask them, oh, you need to make this software for me. They can do exactly if someone asks them to do that. But when it comes to solving the local problem of farmer, problem of small businesses, nothing comes out of India. That's what the scientists are saying. What I'm emphasizing is, go to Kenya if you have to look at this example. So they have this small thing, and if you have some type of potato farm and big one, there is some type of disease that the leaves are not really good. And very simple thing, there is app. One is Plant Village Nuru. Very simple app. Actually, they don't even have smartphone. Many people have only, they call the feature phone, which can only, you may not know what feature phone is. That is only you can call and you can text. No video, no data, nothing. And so there are also apps. And so if there is some problem, my potato has some problem, just call a number, and that person will look for all the information and will tell you, do this. But if you are really rich, maybe if any of you have smartphone, you are really rich. People having smartphone for the rich people. So if you have smartphone, upload the potato leaves, upload, and the Plant Village Nuru will give you all information. You need to do this, and this must be this type of disease, and so that type of app. And because of that type of app, farmers have been able to increase agricultural productivity by something like 70%. A lot of plants, potato and all of, actually we don't have any problem disease here. They have something like fall army or something like that. They come in billions and eat everything. Actually, Africa has a big problem, but okay, AI does that. Actually, AI actually tells you what to do. It is important for Nepal. You know why? Nepal is a country. It is really interesting country all over the world. That's what I'm finding more these days. Nepal apparently has, some people go outside, and 66.1% of GDP of Nepal comes from remittances. That means all of you are here and really no idea what 30 million people in Nepal do, but that isn't the viewpoint, but they make only 33% of GDP. Okay, 66 comes from outside. There is really no productivity here in Nepal. And what Nepal is doing is, if you go to agriculture, 61% of the population in Nepal works on agriculture based on the data from Food and Agriculture Organization. But 61% of people work in agriculture, but they don't produce enough food. Actually, where I live in the US, 1%, less than 2% work. We have a lot of food. We have so much soybeans that we produce. We try to sell China. China decided not to buy, and they have farmers have really no clue what they are doing. So much production that we don't have any problem, but 1% is people work. Nepal, in the last fiscal year, imported 400 billion rupees equivalent of food of other countries. Okay, why 61% is people working and 400 billion rupees? Those people working very low quality job in Middle East, they bring money to Nepal and send that money back to buy food, which is really sad thing. But simple thing, okay, try to find example. Actually, we just did a paper with Govinda sir and one person about AI in Nepal. And we spend hours and hours, days and days to find if there is any good use of AI in agriculture, anything, tourism. We did not find anything. We did not find any use. Maybe some people are doing that, using that, and no one knows, no one has published, they have really no idea. We did not find any single good use of AI for agriculture, AI using tourism, AI using finance. We did not find anything in that paper. So the conclusion is the AI using zero for an AI using productivity, like doing really business thing, is really zero, almost zero in Nepal. So basically, increasing productivity is really important. How we can do that? Only with AI it is possible. And actually, I grew up in the Khotang district as a farmer, and I was a farmer helping my parents until I moved to Kathmandu until at the age of 16. And in the village that I grew up, like I was spending a lot of time every day before going to school, coming back from the school. But the thing is that nothing changed for maybe 10,000 years. We were doing exactly the same way for 10,000 years, and productivity was nothing. And actually, more than half of my classmates did not have enough food to eat. They used to eat only one meal a day, and I was wondering why they did not do good in education. They couldn't study well, and I understand now. Looks like if you want to study well, you must have enough food. So they did not have. Actually, I did not know as a kid that the reason why they were not performing well in school, they were not doing good, they were failing in everything, all the subjects, I really have no idea. And I understand these days. Without food, you cannot study. But they did not have food. Although they were spending many money. So, okay, these days there is a really easy thing. Okay, just learn from Kenya and develop some small apps in Nepali, Tamil language, Bhojpuri language, because people do not understand Nepali. Forget about English. Half the people in Nepal do not understand Nepali. And you have to develop in Tamil language, you have to develop in Bhojpuri language, and you have to develop, it doesn't even cost a lot of money. Few $1,000s, just you can, not perfect like ChatGPT, but simple type of app can be developed. But there is nothing is happening in Nepal. That is the maybe our research was not good. We did not do it properly. That's what we found actually, and the paper is being published actually in December. So productivity is really important. And when you talk about productivity, what productivity in Nepal? If 61% people work in agriculture, first thing, agricultural productivity. So that is really important thing. And if you find anything good use of AI in agriculture in Nepal, please let us know, and we really try to incorporate that in the research. So okay, let's move to this one, next one. And actually, in the academic world, if you do not know, people like all of us here, professors sitting here, and one of the important things we have to do is research. So maybe they might be teaching you and spending a lot of time, but equally important time. Actually, where I work, teaching is not even important. Actually, personally, I work 1 week every year. And the rest of the time is research. I don't even have to go to university. I go to university maybe 1 day a week, 1 day a month. And research is really important. Okay, research is really difficult in the past. Research, there are all senior people, and they have 10 graduate assistants to help them. Just you can go to next door, in your office, and there is someone else that will help you. That is in the US. Maybe, but if you are talking about people in Nepal, or maybe people, and unfortunately, in this business research, you have to write in English. So I'll talk about, if I get time, about the English story later. They publish all the important things in English. And don't think that, if you speak good English, that is sufficient to write in good English in research. It needs a lot of training. And like how to write it. So that's why always those people in the US, senior researcher who were good in English, they were publishing more until 2 years back, but completely changed. And so the research, there is a lot of things here. What research is, because of generative AI like ChatGPT, research productivity increased by 36% more, which is good actually. They are publishing 36% more paper. But if you really look more deeper, they found is that early career researcher who just started and non-English speakers, actually their productivity is more. They increase their productivity by 60%. Because if you are in Nepal and no one helps you, and go to next door and no one knows, and basically, but you don't even have to write any perfect English anymore. If you know a little bit, ChatGPT can help you to write a good English actually. Okay, again, don't ask ChatGPT to write the entire paper, and you have to exactly think how to use it in a better way. But they found that early career researchers and non-English speakers, their productivity increased much more than 36%. This is just published actually a few weeks ago, and that's what they found. In research, that is really important. Early career, and they publish more than senior people, because senior people might think that, no, because everyone thinks, actually not everyone, many people I know think that they write better than ChatGPT. That is not true. And people know maybe a few thousand English words. ChatGPT, the first version, I'm not even talking about the GPT-5 now. The GPT 3.5, which came like 3 years before, that was trained in 499 billion tokens, which is 300 billion words. So ChatGPT knows, like, it has 175 billion dimensions, and if you are thinking about this is 3 dimension, 3 is too few. So they have 175 billion dimensions. They have 300 billion words converting into 499 billion tokens. If you ask anything, how ChatGPT answers? If you ask me, I know maybe 10 words, and then I just process my 10 words and answer you. But if you ask ChatGPT, every tricky thing, all ChatGPT I'm talking about, new is even better, trillion. All ChatGPT, just to answer your thing, it looks at 499 billion tokens, processes information and gives you, and how to write, it knows. And so if anyone tells you, they write better English than ChatGPT, that is not true. It is impossible, because no one can process 499, and people do not even process 10,000 words. So basically it always writes best things. And writing good English was really important until 3 years back. Not anymore. Writing English is not advantage, because always AI writes better English than people. So basically that is the thing, and early career researchers, that's why they are benefited. Because, okay, one thing I want to tell is, all people, like me probably, they think that, I do better than AI. I don't want to use AI because I know that is wrong. So young people want to think, no, maybe I don't know a lot and I have to use AI. And that's why they always publish. But that is the idea here. That's what is happening, because these authors analyze tens of thousands of papers, and that's what they found. Early career, non-English speaking, and are publishing much more than the old English speaking people. So that is the idea here. Basically, what, I talk a lot always, sometimes. And so what I'll do is, I'll just talk a few important things, and I'll maybe, most important thing is, because here are my slides, and who has my slides? If you need my slides, ask him, okay? Please ask him, and he will give anyone my slides. And also, if you have your phone or anything, so let's do this way, and please take slides with him and email me, okay? And email me if you have any question. That is the best way to do that. And so the idea, I'll just wrap up here, just to give you opportunity to ask questions, because you should be doing the things. You should be presenting your research and take advantage from all these things, rather than me talking all the time. And I'll just wrap up here. And so what I'm saying here is, again, summarizing thing. How big companies are, how senior people are, how educated they are, how rich they are, doesn't matter. If they don't use AI, but you use AI, speed, use AI very fast, think clearly, become agile, and you will always get ahead of those people, rich people, big companies, and all that. That is the basic idea. I have many examples for farmers and nations and education industry, teacher and students, and actually students use more AI than teachers apparently. And so that is the basic idea. I'll just end this thing here, and if you have any question, this is my email to email me, and I'll respond if you ask me any questions. Let's end here and give you a chance to ask questions. Okay, so that is the best way probably. So let's see if anyone has any questions. How that works here. No? Yes.